This is my 3-day general admission experience for my 5th or 6th Riot Fest in Chicago, Illinois. First and foremost, the Hold Steady. Did they play my favorite Hold Steady record? No. Are they still one of the best rock and roll bands of all time? Yes. Up next, my beautiful wife and I went and saw Rilo Kiley. I wish I would have got more video of most bands, honestly, but I didn't. But Rilo Kiley killed it, dude. My biggest pet peeve for Friday was Weird Al was on a stage that was really cramped. There he is, in all his glory, Weird Al. But I couldn't really see him, and I really like the first Knocked Loose record, so it was a lot of fun to look at Knocked Loose but listen to Weird Al. But then we went to the grocery store and Knocked Loose played Dead Ringer, and I just went and watched the rest of their set, and I didn't record any Blink-182, although they were great. So here's a picture of me with a two-headed calf and my wife at at a food truck. That's my band Ghost Goddess. My wife was doing some thrifting before Saturday, before the fest, and so I decided to play some hacky sack on the street. This video is going to be a lot of hacky sack, so if you're not into that, I don't know. Peace out. See you later. But there's also a lot of fest. We got Saturday coming, dude. And Saturday wasn't. I don't know. I realized I didn't film very much on Saturday. Not a lot of bands, but it was great. We started out with H2O. H2O is an extremely underrated punk band, hardcore band, whatever you want to call them, posse vibes. Me and my wife actually got the same circle pit on video because that's me in the green right there, trying to take up as much space as possible. And then I just happened to also film that exact same circle pit with my camera, and you can hear me singing along, which I'm sorry. What's really funny about both these videos is the song is Faster Than the World We Can't Slow Down, and in her video, if you go back a little bit, you'll see a girl kind of push me right as I stop, and I looked at that person and I said, I'm gonna slow down now. I'm faster than the world, I can't slow down, but I am old. And yeah, so let's listen to H2O a bit. Here it is. Their bass player looks like a high school bully turned punk rock man. And I think that dude's from Agnostic Front. I think they said that, but I don't know, man. Who knows? So then we went and we watched GWAR from the Hill. I've seen GWAR a billion times. I like what GWAR does, but I've seen them a bunch. It was fun to see dudes covered in blood afterwards. That's kind of always fun with GWAR. They cut Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's baby out of her tummy, I guess. I thought that would cause more outrage than Elon Musk and Donald Trump, but apparently not. I'm pretty wild that I saw maybe the last GWAR performance. Just kidding, that's not going to happen. But it did seem like they were explaining themselves more than they usually would. I wonder why that would be. So yeah, this is GWAR, dude. I don't know, it gets kind of old after a bit, unless you're really into GWAR, which I'm not that into GWAR. The Beach Boys did the song from Surf Ninjas, and that was very cool. I don't think John Stamos's guitar was plugged in at all. When he played drums, it was fine. We were basically there to wait for the headliner, who was Weezer. No, Jack White. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we didn't get any Jack White. I'll get back to that, dude. So I was stoked to see these dudes playing hacky sack, but see the weird looking guy, not the clown, he's rad, and they're both rad, but he just made it seem like he had to teach us how to play hacky sack rather than just play hacky sack, and I was over it, dude. So that's me with my bag, and then he's like, let me have that bag, you're distracting everyone, and he grabs it, and then I just kind of left, and he gave me my phone number. He gave me his phone number to play with him the next day. So then we left after Jack White and Weezer, who I got no video of, so sorry about that. But dude, walking back, this band called Full Nelson might have been top 5 shows of the whole weekend, dude. I love a band that just pulls up in a U-Haul and just wrecks your entire noise space. It was great, dude. Walking to the car. Basically, we park a mile away from the car at a place I'm not going to say because it's way fuller than it's ever been, and that means all you motherfuckers are using it, and it didn't used to be like that, so secret is out. Anyway, we park there. We walk a mile to the fest, and then we'd go to the fest. This year, we decided to get lockers because it was supposed to rain, and I didn't want to pack a bunch of rain gear just in case it didn't rain, and then we could put dry stuff in there. I filmed us walking the fest for an extended amount of time so that way I could tell this story, because this was a bad situation. We got a locker, and I was like, you know what? We'll just leave our stuff in this locker because we're going to be back tomorrow. Why wouldn't you? You know, you pay $70 for a locker, might as well use it for the whole time. Leave. I try to play hacky sack with those guys, and I think that's what distracted me, to be honest. We're in such a good mood. We're even saying, what a perfect day. Jack White killed. I've never been a Jack White fan in my life, and that dude sounded like Rage Against the Machine sometimes, and sounded like, you know, the White Stripes sometimes, and he played the White Stripes songs. It was cool. It was very cool. And then Weezer, I don't know, man. Weezer took a long time to get on stage. They were doing a bunch of rock star stuff. I like Weezer. They were supposed to play the Blue album, but then they didn't play. Like, I think we heard 4 or 5 songs, and none of them were the Blue album. And so we walked back, but we were in such a good mood. We had a hot tub at our Airbnb we were stoked to get to, and then we get to the car, and I realized that my keys to the rental car are in my pants, which are in the locker at the festival that is now closing. My wife's watch said that we walked 20 miles that day, and I had just walked a mile back to the car, and I had to get back to the fest in order to get my fucking keys. What's great is I got to see Full Nelson again, walked right by him again, and they were still ripping, dude. Dude gave me a flyer, don't know where that went, but they're called Full Nelson. Hard to find on the internet, actually, but I hope they're doing well. I think they're from North Carolina. They're doing great. Anyway, at this point, I'm freaking out, dude, because I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get back into the fest and get my keys. I'm also swimming uphill. The fest had let out. Weezer was done, so I am fighting a crowd. I'm the only person going one way, trying to get where I'm going. I've called anybody I thought was still at the fest, and nobody was, or nobody answered. But I got in, and they let me get my stuff, and actually security was really tight. And this is the 3rd time I got to see Full Nelson on my walk back to meet my wife at the car. At this point, my legs and ankles and feet were just dead, dude. Like, just the worst they've ever been. Let's listen to Full Nelson for a second. But we carry on, no problem. Sunday morning, bought some of these bad boys. That helped. Thanks, Derek. My homie told me to buy them. Sunday starts out Weekend Friends. Holy Jesus, Weekend Friends slayed, dude. I did not think we could have a better set for the day. They played that well. I decided to play some hacky sack. Forgot to take the zoom off, but I got too good at jams to not keep it in. So enjoy that thigh meat, because it's there. But they played a cover of Torn, and I was just in the zone, dude. I was zoned. I was rested. My feet were nice and cushioned, and I was just going, guys, going. But Sunday was the day we were going for, dude. The Dune Rats and Soft Play and Green Day that night, and there's just so many great bands on Sunday. I was very excited, but everyone was so tired. Everyone was like just exhausted. It was, as you can see, look at people behind me, they're all just like standing there like zombies, you know what I mean? Not me. I decided to kill my legs even further by hacking it up. I'm not sure that I should have kept this much zoomed in hacky sack in this video. So if you're still here, Rat, this is my first time doing this. And that's the end of it. Look, this is a tattoo for my grandma. Anyway, second band, I'm going to be honest, blew the Weekend Friends away. Weekend Friends were so good. And then Dune Rats showed up. Dune Rats from Australia. Listen to these fuckers. So sick, dude. And literally no one on Reddit has mentioned the Dune Rats at all, and I don't understand. They're so fun. They remind me of Pew 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 mixed with like Jeff Rosenstock or something. But look, Sunday, everybody, like, the pit for Dune Rats was almost non-existent at first. Like, everyone's just so tired. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe. We've all been running around. But then they did a Wall of Death, and I got this angle from the Wall of Death. They said they wanted to go all the way to the barricade, and one guy took that seriously. There he is. And then my wife, from the inside, I won't do the Borat, you wanted me to, she got the slow motion, which looks tight. Doesn't look as brutal in slow motion, but it looks fun because everyone looks scared and happy at the same time. I love the happiness that turns into fright. Here we go. Probably, it's tough. Top 3 sets of the whole weekend. Soft play from the UK. Oh my god, dude. We're just gonna enjoy soft play for a minute. Just listen. No, we're not, because I forgot. I didn't know soft play was a 2-piece, and I also thought that I had seen them at Warped Tour at one point, but I was mistaken. I had never seen soft play, and had I seen them, I would have noticed the dude played a kick drum sideways with no pedals and a snare, and then like a tambourine. Like, he doesn't play any drums basically, and they're so heavy. And look at that dude, Jesus Christ. But their guitar player got in the pit, did a circle pit around him. That was sick. Check that out. They're just so good. And I like their early stuff, it's fine. But Heavy Jelly it's very close to a perfect record. There's a few songs that I can give or take, but most of them are insane, dude. And they're adorable. I would have shaken his hand, but I was too scared to touch him.
Hello, my name's Isaac, and that's my mate Laurie.
I love the Tommy Hilfiger jeans, though.
Riot Fest, and that reason is this. This
is all-girl mosh pit for 12 seconds, I think, for a song called Cat Fight. It's pretty great. These girls get in there and really tear each other up. The vibes at Riot Fest this year were just great. Everybody was kind, everybody was cool. A couple people got in the space when I was playing Hacky Sack, which is weird, right? It's like, I try to find a very spacious spot to play. I'm always courteous, you know? So after soft play, I was like, all right, no more Hacky Sack. I am dead. I'm going to sit around for the rest of the fest. And then, of course, the Wonder Years came on. The Wonder Years, 10 years ago, I would have told you, were the greatest band to ever make music, right? I expected to go to their set, watch them for the 50th time. I've seen them so many times, and just kind of be stoked. But I got so transfixed on their set, and I knew every word to every song. The set list was perfect, and I was zoning, dude. I was playing Hacky Sack and just zoning and having a blast. They became my favorite set of the weekend, which I would have never guessed. I've seen them so many times, and I haven't really fucked with them that much. I like I think Greatest Generation and Before are all perfect records, but I don't care much about the rest of it. But I was really trying to flow. I was trying to play along with the music, trying to hit where I could. My wife left from the Wonder Years to go make sure she got the beginning of Idols. I was planning on seeing the end of Idols and not missing any Wonder Years. So she didn't get the last few songs, but the last few songs, I was in the zone. I had people like 5 or 6 people just like stand around watching me. I tried to play with them. I thought they wanted to play with me, but they didn't. They just wanted to watch me. I was like zoned. I couldn't even feel that my legs were dead, which they were. And this was the last, I'm pretty sure the last band I played Hacky Sack to or moshed to at all. Because this is Sunday. What do we got left? We got Idols. We got Green Day and the Academy. So those are the last 3 bands after this. So yeah, this is the most energy I put out. Maybe that was it. Maybe it was like, you know what? One more time and we'll be done. Idols. Again, during COVID, Idols was my COVID band. I love their first 3 records so much, and I really don't care at all about their last 2. But they put on such a good show. They brought up Soft Play and they brought up Jack White, and it slayed. Then I went over to the Academy because Hanson was 30 minutes late, so the Academy stage was super late, which means I got to see a little bit of them. And they killed, dude. I'm stoked. I hope they come back to Missouri. I'll go. They sound great. I hope they don't play anything but this record. But this record was like a slept-on pop-punk record when it came out. Me and my wife loved it, but they were always like a third-tier pop-punk band. But I'm glad this is getting some resurgence because it's great, and they sound great. Then Green Day. Green Day played, and we left about 3 songs in. I like Green Day. Billy's voice was shot, and my legs were shot, and so I didn't think he would mind if I left. So I did. I couldn't find my band. They wanted to hang out during their set, but I couldn't find them, so we just left. But all that to say, like this was a solid Riot Fest. It was one of my favorites ever. Sunday was probably my favorite day of music ever, dude. The Weekend Friends, Dune Rats, Soft Play, Green Day, the Academy they were just band after band. They were just killing the game. So long, Riot Fest. Hopefully see you next year if the world's still around. Oh yeah, and some dude just handed me this rat. And I'll be honest, ever since I got home from Riot Fest, life's kind of sucked. So I kind of wonder if this rat is cursed. Leave a message in the comments if you think he's cursed. Thanks, guys.